patience in a smile, love and compassion hand in hand. Forgiveness helps us understand. Infinite threads weaving hearts together, even miles apart. Through the laughter, through the tears, we find strength to face our fears. Infinite threads weaving hearts together, even miles apart. Through the laughter, through the tears, we find strength to face our fears.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Infinite Threads, conversations on love, connection, and compassion. I'm your host, Bob Barnett, and today we're taking a dive into the power of small acts of love. Think of it like this. Every kind gesture, every word of encouragement is like a pebble dropped into an infinite pool, creating ripples that travel far beyond what we can see. This episode is about those ripples, the unseen ways love moves through the world, connecting us in ways we might never fully understand. When I think about ripples, I can't help but reflect on the people who have unknowingly shaped my life. There was a moment years ago, seemingly small but unforgettable, that reminds me of this. I was about 6 years old, standing in line at a grocery store with my mom. There was an older woman in front of us struggling to count out her coins to pay for a loaf of bread and a carton of milk. I remember the tension in the air, the awkward shuffling of feet behind us, and the impatience of the cashier. Then, out of nowhere, a man stepped forward. He didn't say a word, just pulled out $1 and handed it to the cashier. The woman looked up at him, her eyes wide with surprise. "Thank you," she said softly. He just smiled and said, "It's nothing." That moment stuck with me. I didn't understand it fully at the time, but now I see it for what it was, a ripple. That man's simple act of kindness didn't just help that woman. It stayed with me, and now I'm sharing it with you. Who knows how far that one ripple has traveled? Here's the thing about ripples. You don't always see where they go, but they go somewhere. A kind word to a stranger might be the encouragement they needed on a hard day. A small sacrifice like giving up your place in line could inspire someone else to pay it forward. And the beauty of it all is that you don't need grand gestures to make an impact. Love isn't about how much you do. It's about the intention behind it. When I think back to my own life, I see how these ripples have shaped me. My teachers, my friends, even moments with strangers, they've all contributed to who I am. I've tried to live my life in a way that honors those ripples by sending out a few of my own. I want to share a more recent story that brought this idea full circle for me. A few years ago, I was helping someone at work who was having trouble with a computer issue. It wasn't anything big, just one of those frustrating problems that can ruin your day. After we fixed it, she turned to me and said, "Thank you. You have no idea how much I needed this today." I didn't ask why, but I could tell from her expression that she was carrying more than just technical frustrations. That simple interaction made me realize how much of a difference small acts of service can make. What if I'd brushed her off or been short with her? What if I'd let my own stress get in the way of helping her? Instead, a small ripple of kindness moved through that moment, and maybe, just maybe, it carried forward into her day and the people she interacted with. I think this is the heart of seeing the world as one big family. When we're family, we don't measure love or kindness in terms of what we'll get back. We give because it's what family does. And here's the beautiful part. When you drop that pebble of love into the pool, you don't lose anything. The love you give isn't diminished, it's multiplied. So how do we send out these ripples in our everyday lives? It doesn't have to be complicated. A smile to a stranger on the street. A kind word to someone who's feeling down. A moment of patience when someone's struggling, whether it's a coworker, a family member, or even a stranger. These are the small pebbles we can drop every single day. And the more we do it, the more we realize that love is infinite. That's when it all starts to make sense. As we wrap up now, I want to challenge you to try something this week. Look for an opportunity to create a ripple. It doesn't have to be big or dramatic, just something small and kind. Maybe it's sending a text to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe it's letting someone merge in traffic without getting frustrated. Whatever it is, do it with love. And remember, even if you never see the result, your kindness matters. Every ripple counts. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. If you've been enjoying Infinite Threads, I'd love it for you to share it with someone who could use a little extra love in their life. Until next time, keep dropping those pebbles. Together we're creating something beautiful. I love you all very, very much. Please, go pass that on.
Every story, every voice, in this love we all rejoice. Infinite threads, here we go. Welcome friends, enjoy the show. Every story, every voice, in this love we all rejoice. Infinite threads, here we go. Welcome friends, enjoy the show.